What's up, guys? It's Michael, and we're starting something new here at Fitness Together where we're calling it Trainer Tips on Tuesday, or Trainer Tip Tuesday or something. We'll work on the name, don't worry about it. But what we want to do is come with you and send you a video out based on a few things that you might want to start incorporating into your own programs, or start a new program, or whatever you need. And so episode 1 is today, I guess, if you want to call it. So if you see me glance over here, it's because I got notes over here. I'm making sure I hit on everything. But for this tip, or Trainer Tip Tuesday episode, what we're going to focus on is power moves for muscle building. A lot of times you'll read some bodybuilding magazines or the fitness magazines out there, and there's all kinds of different workouts and exercises you can do. But when it comes down to it, there's a few that you'll see that are a staple in every program. And I mean every program, talking from muscle building like we're going to talk about today, as well as fat loss, general fitness, athleticism, whatever. There's a few exercises you'll see across the board and variations of them. And today we're going to hit on them, and they're called what I'm calling the big 3. They're the 3 that deserve any recognition in any program. And the first one's a squat. We do a lot of squats around here. Clients do a lot of squats around here. You can ask them, and a lot of different variations. The second one is a press, a pressing movement. More specifically today, we're going to talk about the overhead press and how it's kind of, again, a big 3 lift for us. But you'll see other presses in programs such as bench press and all those variations as well. And the third one is a deadlift or a hinge movement, where you're hinging at your hips. So I want to touch on all 3, and we'll kind of get into them. But squats, first off, again, all kinds of variations: kettlebell squats, dumbbell squats, front squats, back squats, overhead squats, whatever you want to do. But the basic version, just a back squat. So this is my heavy weight today. If you rest the weight on your shoulders, or just do a body weight squat. Feet are right at around hip width apart. You're going to press your knees out, sit like you're squatting in a chair, as low as you can, come up. One thing you want to focus on is staying on your heels. We don't want to see you, as you go down, go up on those toes. A lot of strain on your knees. So kind of an angled version. Chest up, push your hips back, push your knees away from each other, and back up. Okay? Now the next one's an overhead press. Here I got the barbell. See, it's kind of resting on my shoulders a little bit. Here, and you're just pressing straight overhead. Back down. Again, pressing. There's a lot of different variations of this. Once you get into some Olympic lifting if you want, but more kind of a push press using your legs. A jerk where it goes up and you actually get underneath it and stand up. And then you got all your bench presses too. The last one is that hinge move. It's a deadlift. So weight's hanging down. Right here, soft knees, pushing your hips away. Weight just kind of drags down your legs. Chest is still flat to the ground, and come up. Swoop in your lower back and push your butt away from you, so you don't want to do this. This is what we call a back injury or a chiropractor visit. Right here, chest is up, you're just sliding the weight down, good hinge, firing those glutes on the way up. So a couple things I want to touch on real quick. Squat, it's the mother of all lifts if you ask me. Works your legs, works your butt, works your core, engages your lower back. It's the whole 9 yards. Same thing with a press. If you think about it, if your abs are not engaged and your lats aren't engaged, you're not going to get that weight up overhead. Okay? So, abs are tight, lower back's engaged, boom. Okay? Last one, a deadlift. Again, it's just working everything from your posterior kinetic chain there. And there's a lot of different variations you can use, but I want to stick with the muscle building right now. You can do these, what I would suggest, for muscle building purposes, is to do one of these 3, depending what you're working out that day, early in your workout, because it's a big compound lift. It takes a lot of muscles to make it work right. 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps max. You can even go a little heavier and do 5 to 8 reps, keeping the load pretty heavy, just depending on your training background. But what I really wanted to get into was if you don't have a lot of time, because these are big lifts, they take a lot of time to perfect, and they also take a lot of time to put into your workout. And our sessions are 45 minutes because most people don't have an hour a day. So you can put them together in a complex is what we call them, and these are great for all goals. We do a lot of complexes around here. It does depend on the load for what your goal is, but let's take those 3 lifts and say you are still working for muscle building and you're trying to get pretty heavy, 3 to 5 reps, but put them all together. That's what I'm getting at here. So we're going to use a different variation of each. So you're going to start with a deadlift. 3 reps on a deadlift, okay? So you go 1, 2, 3. You're going to get the weight up. 3 presses. 1, 2, 3. Take it down behind your back right there. Now you got 3 squats. 1, 2, and 3. And weight comes down. You're able to put in those big lifts. You're able to keep the weight heavy because you're doing 3 to 5 reps on each. So you're stimulating some muscle growth right there. But you're also, the kicker here is if you do something like that in a complex, your heart rate's going to skyrocket. It's going to stay elevated. So you're going to get that metabolic side of things too, to where you're actually going to be burning some fat while you're building muscle. It is possible to do. So the last thing I want to leave you with is just a variety. Make sure you vary these exercises, and the easiest way to do that is to change the way you're loading them. So, we talked about back squats when we first showed you. You can also do front squats where the weight's up front. If you're pretty advanced, you can get a barbell and do overhead squats. Or you don't have to use a barbell. Using dumbbells, using a kettlebell, or just doing body weight and doing a jump, that totally changes it. Let's see, for press, again, you can use a barbell, you can use dumbbells, you can use a kettlebell, you can lay on your back and do bench press. Those are about the most standard ones you'll see. And last one, the deadlift, same rules apply, using a barbell, using a kettlebell, using dumbbells. You can also, we said hinge movement earlier, you can take out the deadlift part and actually replace it with a kettlebell swing. Just do it moderately heavy. And I promise you'll get some good benefits off that one too. So, a little longer video than I originally planned, but hopefully you got something out of it, and we'll see you next Tuesday.